Now in 4 News Now, the plows are out in force trying to clear the roads that have caused dozens of crashes across the inland Northwest. We'll show you road conditions coming up.
You'll want to keep those shovels handy because I'm already tracking another round of snow on the way when it's expected to hit in your first alert forecast.
And a push to crack down on property crime across Washington, while lawmakers say there needs to be stricter sentencing for repeat offenders. You're watching a special edition of 4 News Now. Here's a live look over downtown Spokane. While it may have stopped snowing, there's still plenty of snow on the roads. And earlier today, it created a nightmare for many across the region. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Derek Dice. We're going to send it over to Chris Crocker now in that First Alert Weather Center. And Chris, like you said, another round of snow is on the way.
Yes, and we still have some work to do digging out from record snowfall today in Spokane. Now at the airport, just under 6 inches of snow, but our record is just under 3.5 inches, set way back in 1953. We are running a little below average year to date on the snowfall, but we do have a chance of some more snow, and that amount out at the airport pales in comparison to many of the reports that we've taken around the region. And even right here at the station, we had over 6 inches of snow, but had a report from Rathdrum of 16 inches, Newport almost a foot, 10 inches in Loon Lake and 9 in Post Falls. Eastport also 9 inches, and Kootenai picked up 8 inches of snow. We're pretty much done with the snow now around the region, other than an occasional stray flurry that you may see. That snow is moving off to the east, and we are going to have a cold night. Here's a look at current temperatures across the region. It's only 11 in Spokane, 14 in Coeur d'Alene, 19 in Sandpoint, 13 in Ritzville. We'll be down in the single digits and low double digits tomorrow across the region with a little bit of a breeze. Wind chill values will be below 0 in many locations. Here's a look at your Thursday forecast. 10 degrees at 7 o'clock with mostly cloudy skies. Will be dry throughout the day until about the time the evening commute gets underway. We have another round of snow. Our high temperature 15 degrees below average. I'll let you know how much snow we're expecting with this next round coming up in just a few minutes. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Here's a live look at I-90 right now near the Appleway exit, where traffic is moving now, but it was closed for hours. The Department of Transportation says this crash involved at least a dozen cars, including a semi. The backup stretched from Liberty Lake all the way to the Sullivan Road exit in Spokane Valley. Peter Choi is live on South Monroe right now, where downtown Spokane meets the South Hill. And Peter, what are the conditions looking like for you right now?
Yeah, Darrell, we actually moved a little bit on the east side here. Actually, we're in Lincoln and 5th Avenue. The roads are still slick. We saw many cars driving down this hill very slowly because of how slick the roads are right now. As you can see, snow has stopped, but there's still so much snow on the ground. But based on what we saw this afternoon, today was not certainly the best day to drive around the city. We saw school buses and public buses just stuck in the snow, causing a major traffic jam in the downtown Spokane. The areas that were mostly hit by the snowy weather were hills. Many drivers were taking different routes to avoid those roads from downtown to South Hill area. Now, I helped 2 drivers stuck in the snow today that weren't too happy about the slick roads. Take a listen.
I'm just stuck. I hate the snow. I don't mind the winter. I hate the snow.
You know, if you have to drive tonight, roads are still much covered with snow and very, very slick. The snow crews with the city of Spokane will work through tonight and transition into a full city plow, and then they will start moving into schools, hospitals, and neighborhood streets. So give them plenty of space for your safety and their safety as well. Now, again, I cannot stress enough how slick the roads are right now. So give yourself plenty of time if you need to get to somewhere, and of course, give plenty of space for other drivers as well. We'll be back with more updates. Back to you, Derek.
All All right, Peter, thank you. Here is a look at current pass conditions. Both Snoqualmie Pass and Stevens Pass are back open after being closed earlier today, and chains are currently required for both of those passes. The Idaho Transportation Department says there are difficult conditions over 4th of July and lookout passes. Right now, crews are working around the clock to plow the roads. The DOT has crews plowing I-90 at all times, day and night. And these plows aren't only clearing out snow, they're also salting the roads to help melt and break up any ice. All of that snow that fell earlier today, crews were working in teams trying to clear up as much snow as possible.
It helps move everything at one time, so we can actually clear all 3 lanes, like all 3 lanes of I-90 down Sunset or up Sunset or down on the main line through the viaduct.
But even with these efforts, there were still a handful of accidents along the freeway. Crews have been responding to all crashes and plowing the roads after the scene has been cleared. And when the snow starts to fall, our local shelters fill up fast. Here's a look at current capacity levels. As you can see, most of our shelters have 25% or less of their beds available. The Salvation Army is trying to help those living on the streets escape the cold. The organization has been running a nonstop shuttle service, bringing unsheltered people indoors. 4 News Now joined them on a ride-along earlier today to see how the homeless are handling this weather and how you can help.
But during this time, it's a humanitarian effort. This is a time where we as a community need to step up and make sure that our other human beings that belong to us, they are part of our community, are safe and taken care of.
The Salvation Army also mentioned they're in need of donations of warm socks, winter coats, and hand warmers. You can drop those off at any Salvation Army location. All right, still ahead, new evidence that a man already accused of killing 3 women may have another victim. How the victim's daughter helped investigators. Plus, Donald Trump back in court while the former president was criticizing the judge, coming up on 4 News Now.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. The 4 News Now First Alert Weather app. Download or update it today.
Stay safe while traveling this winter. Before you head out, trust the First Alert Weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect. 4 News Now First Alert Weather, on air, on the app, and streaming on KXLY+.
Have you been looking for the perfect pre-owned vehicle and wondered, where have all the used cars gone?
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Whether you're looking for a Toyota, Subaru, Ford, or maybe that perfect Honda.
Every pre-owned vehicle is quality inspected and ready for you to take home today.
We work with local lenders to get you the rate you deserve.
Inventory changes daily, so come see us at Coeur d'Alene Honda or visit us on our website at cdahonda.com.
The new year is here, and that means it's time to move more in 2024 and get those New Year's resolutions started with a great special offer to join everyone's favorite gym, Move Fitness.
Join the movement. For the greatest selection at the lowest prices, come to Cost Less Carpet.
As a general contractor, I bring my clients to Cost Less Carpet so they can see every option.
Everything I need is always in stock.
If it's trendy or new, I'm sure you'll find it here.
And their team of designers are so fun to work with.
It really is worth the experience.
I can find everything for my home or my client's home. No problem.
Shopping here is an awesome experience.
Cost Less Carpet, where inspiration and ideas happen.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
PB.
PB and J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Welcome back. In news around the nation, drama in a New York courtroom as former President Donald Trump and the woman seeking damages against him for defamation met in the same room for the first time in decades. The jury is deciding how much money, if any, to award E. Jean Carroll after defamatory statements Trump made in 2019 about Carroll's sexual assault allegations against him. CNN's Emily Schmidt has the details.
There is much at stake in this federal defamation trial. E. Jean Carroll seeking more than $10 million in damages. Former President Donald Trump seeking in part to criticize the judge. First on social media, then to the cameras.
That's a nasty man. He's a nasty judge. He's a Trump-hating guy.
Carroll testified her reputation had changed after Trump's 2019 comments about her, saying, "So previously I was known simply as a journalist, and now I'm known as a liar, a fraud, and a whack job." In a separate trial last year, a jury found Trump sexually assaulted Carroll in the mid-1990s and defamed her in 2022 statements, awarding her $5 million. The day after the verdict, Trump said this on a CNN town hall.
I have no idea who the hell. She's a
Mr.
whack
President,
job.
You did not testify.
On Wednesday, Carroll testified she felt worthless when she heard the audience laughter and told of threats she received. Trump shook his head when Carroll accused him of sexually assaulting her. And at one point, the judge said Trump had a right to be there, but that right could be forfeited if he's disruptive. Trump threw up his hands. The judge said, "I understand you're probably eager for me to do that." Reporters in the room heard Trump say, "I would love it." When court wrapped for the day, Trump sought the last word.
And I frankly am the one that suffered damages. I should be given money, given damages.
With that, Trump said he was heading to New Hampshire to campaign for president. The trial continues Thursday. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
Well, there are only 2 days left for lawmakers in Washington, D.C. to avoid a partial government shutdown. If they can't come to terms, funds for key government agencies, including military construction, Veterans Affairs, Transportation, the Energy Department, and Housing, will dry up. In order to prevent a partial shutdown, the House and Senate have to pass a short-term funding extension and get it to the president's desk. The deadline is 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday.
Now, while most Democrats and Republicans want to avoid a shutdown, a small group of hard-right extremists seem dead set on making a shutdown a reality.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says a bipartisan effort is needed for the continuing resolution, but House Speaker Mike Johnson is getting grief from some in the GOP. In a statement, Speaker Johnson says the short-term funding bill is, quote, required to complete what House Republicans are working hard to achieve, an end to government by omnibus, meaningful policy wins, and better stewardship of American tax dollars.
The next round of snow is less than 24 hours away, and then the possibility of some freezing rain. I'll tell you about that in just a few minutes. But first, here's a look at a time lapse over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena from today's record snowfall.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hi, I'm Todd, president of Pacific Bath. It's a brand new year, which means a brand new Kohler Luckstone shower in your home in as little as 2 days. Jason?
Thanks, Todd. The Kohler Luckstone shower has become so popular that we're starting out 2024 with the biggest savings of the year, $2,024 off. A new Kohler Luckstone shower. Homeowners have trusted the Kohler brand for 150 years. Plus, Pacific Bath provides a down-to-the-penny price backed by Kohler's lifetime limited warranty. Act now for the biggest savings of the year. Remember, we're celebrating 2024 by offering $2,024 off a new Kohler Luckstone shower. Plus, no payments and no interest for 12 months. Don't miss out on these savings. $2,024 off and no payments, no interest for 12 months. But remember, this offer is only for a limited time, so grab the phone and call now.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
Bruno! Bruno! Pup on the run? No problem.
With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 NMAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections. Sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
All right, welcome back. We have a few more rounds of wet weather on the way, starting with another round of snow. And Chris, you said this is coming in about 24 hours from now?
Yes, we're going to be actually could see the first flakes as early as the evening commute. Not the best timing. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Right now, we're enjoying a break from the snow. Might as well get out there and get that shoveled. It is going to be cold tomorrow morning. If you're going to wait and do it tomorrow morning, expect wind chill readings below 0. Thursday, we get the next round of snow, a little bit of light snow in the evening, and then it's going to pick up as we get into the overnight. And then we'll turn into a wintry mix on Friday. And boy, that is a tough thing to forecast, just exactly what form it is going to take and when. Here's a look at our forecast radar. I'm starting off at 2 o'clock on Thursday with that snow starting to move into the Columbia Basin and up into the Okanagan Highlands, dry in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. It's going to take its time getting into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. The model right here brings it in about 24 hours from now as some light snow, and then we already start to see things turning over into more of a wintry mix on the Palouse. This may be bringing the warm air up a little too soon. Here's 8 a.m. Friday, still as snow through Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but then points to the south, that wintry mix and sleet, possibly some freezing rain, and then that wintry mix makes its way into the rest of the region through the day on Friday. Light accumulations of ice are possible. We're not talking ice storm ice, but that light glaze that could make already snow-packed and icy streets that much more treacherous. Here's a look at some of the snowfall totals that we are anticipating from Thursday night through Friday morning. And you get a little bit of a break with this system if you are in Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, Colville, just light amounts. As we get into Spokane and Ritzville, Moses Lake, that's where we're seeing the higher snowfall totals, 1 to 2 in Coeur d'Alene and St. Mary's, 2 to 3 down on the Palouse. Meanwhile, let's take a look at our forecast for tonight. Mostly cloudy skies, 8 degrees for a morning low. Wind gusts picking up to 20 miles per hour. Because this is such light, fluffy snow, you may run into some problems with blowing and drifting snow, particularly down around the Palouse and through the Rathdrum Prairie, heading up also around Sandpoint. Here's a look at morning lows across the region. A lot of single digits. We went warm up to a high of 20 tomorrow with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. I guess that would be one reason you'd want to snow blow now so it's not blowing back in your face. Thursday's highs mostly in the 20s with just a few teens on the map. We do start warming up Friday, 27 degrees with that mix of rain and freezing rain and sleet. Saturday, possibly some lingering freezing rain, but our chance of precipitation decreases. And then we're just into the rain through the rest of the 7-day forecast. As high temperatures get above average, we're going to be close to 40 degrees by next work week and doing a lot of melting, Tarek.
No doubt, Chris. Thank you. In Oregon, at least 7 people have died because of this harsh winter weather. 3 people were killed after a live wire fell into a car they were sitting in. A 2-year-old was also in that car but was not hurt. Meanwhile, an older man was killed by a tree that fell onto his house. After the break, why more parents are deciding to homeschool their kids. That's coming up next here on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you're looking for the best selection of sporty, fun used vehicles in Spokane,
then you need to come on out to Cal, because we shop the entire West Coast every week to give you the best vehicles at the best prices.
Stop by either of our 2 locations.
Fly me to the moon. Hospice of North Idaho's annual wine tasting auction wants to send you on a trip of your dreams. Enter to win a luxury resort experience in Las Vegas or a customized trip of your choice. Purchase raffle tickets before the event. The winner will be announced at Hospice Wine Tasting Auction at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. Win prizes and bid on silent and live auction items. While there, enjoy acclaimed wines paired with fine culinary delights. Call or click today for information and wine taste event tickets.
Experience the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. Explore better boats, the largest selection of inventory, and the biggest savings, all under one roof, inside the region's largest indoor showroom. Discover the latest models from the industry's best brands, including Cobalt, Malibu, Axis, Barletta, Chris-Craft, Harris, Regal, and Cruisers Yachts, plus our huge display of pre-owned inventory. Mark your calendars and make waves with us at the biggest event of the year, happening February 1st through February 10th. The Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. Better boats, better prices, better event.
The after Christmas year-end clearance is on now. This week at Snow's Auto. Snow's Auto. Get the biggest savings of the year on the best stereo gear. And get free installation with any Apple CarPlay or Android Auto Deck. Plus, save 24% on lift kits, tonneau truck covers, and remote car starts. And don't forget, Snow's has great prices on winter tires and running boards. It's time to upgrade and save at Snow's Auto.
For the greatest selection at the lowest prices, come to Cost Less Carpet.
As a general contractor, I bring my clients to Cost Less Carpet so they can see every option.
Everything I need is always in stock.
If it's trendy or new, I'm sure you'll find it here.
And their team of designers are so fun to work with.
It really is worth the experience.
I can find everything for my home or my client's home. No problem.
Shopping here is an awesome experience.
Cost Less Carpet, where inspiration and ideas happen.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY Plus.
Welcome back. Experts say more parents are deciding to homeschool their kids, citing safety concerns and bullying. ABC's Becky Worley has more.
Alicia Wright of Richmond, Virginia, has been homeschooling her 4 children for nearly 10 years.
It was a challenging decision. We have always been fans of child-led education.
She built the curriculum around subjects that piqued their interest and banded together with other parents in a cooperative where multiple students learn from other parents, or in Wright's case, an outside instructor.
We don't spend a lot of time in our house at a kitchen table. We really prescribe to the idea of experiential learning. So we visit a lot of museums, we attend a lot of plays and theaters. We're out in the community trying to get engaged and be involved through community service.
Experts say the pandemic caused the number of children homeschooled to increase.
People thought that homeschooling would maybe peak with the pandemic, but instead, the secret is out. And I think that's what has happened. It did not go back down as everybody expected it would be to pre-pandemic levels.
And the Washington Post found that nailing down an exact number of children homeschooled is close to impossible. 11 states don't even require parents to report if their child is homeschooled. But the Post estimating that there are currently 2.7 million homeschooled kids compared to 1.5 million in 2019.
Many of the reasons that top the list have to do with the school environment. So parents cite, for instance, bullying, safety, general concerns about the quality of academics in schools, school shootings.
But some critics of homeschooling worry about the quality of education that kids are receiving, citing a lack of standardized testing and in many states, no requirements to submit assessments of progress.
Some criticism is valid and some is not valid. Homeschooling can differ in quality just like schools can differ in quality. I think the mistake is to measure homeschooling by school standards alone when many of us are not trying to replicate school.
While Wright admits homeschooling isn't for everyone, she says it works for her family.
Homeschooling allows parents to still stay actively involved, to still stay actively engaged, and to build even closer relationships because you are really helping to facilitate and guide their interests and their passions.
Well, your kids keep you busy, but from getting them to school, to and from school, extra practices, weekend games and events, it's hard to find a little time for some self-care. But experts say it's critical for your health, both physically and mentally.
There's a misunderstanding that it's something that's selfish, to take time for ourselves.
Dr. Melissa Young with Cleveland Clinic says parents can overcome guilt by recognizing self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. She says to pretend you have an energy bank.
We have to put deposits into the bank for our energy. We have to put deposits into the bank for calming our nervous system. If we're constantly running on being overdrawn, we're just never going to catch up.
If you only have a short amount of time, you can meditate, go for a quick walk, take a bath, or spend time with friends. Although deaths from cancer have dropped by 33% since the early 90s, the American Cancer Society is noticing a troubling trend, a rise in colon cancer deaths among adults 50 and under. It's the #1 cause of death among men and the second among women. Researchers say the growing prevalence of colon cancer is likely because of the rise of obesity and other environmental factors. Health experts now recommending colon screening start at age 45 instead of 50 for those of average risk for colon cancer.
And we're still seeing cancer disparities. Sadly, too many black women, too many black men are dying from cancer, many more than their white comrades.
Uterine cancer deaths are on the rise too, also because of racial disparities leading to diagnoses at later stages. The American Cancer Society says it's seeing decreases in some cancers like non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, lung and cervical cancers in some ages. That's because people are taking vaccines and smoking has become less popular. All right, we have much more coming up here on 4 News Now, including why the range of electric cars takes a dip during the winter time. Plus, we'll take another look at those road conditions for you. It's after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
Fred's Appliance has GE Profile appliances on sale with smart leading-edge features that make life a little easier.
Smart features and sophisticated designs to simplify your life.
Profile dishwashers are quiet, powerful, and offer flexible loading options.
Fred's has more kitchen packages than you'll find anywhere. Save on GE appliances with up to $2,000 in rebates at your local Fred's Appliance.
Fred's has appliances in stock and on sale. Stop in and see us today.
Hi, I'm Todd, president of Pacific Bath. Start the year off right by updating your shower space with a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower. Jason, tell them more.
Thanks, Todd. January is National Bath Safety Month, and what better way to update your bathroom than with an easy access Kohler Luxstone shower? Kohler is an industry leader with 150 years in business. And Pacific Bath is proud to be your trusted local Kohler Luxstone shower provider. Check out the low entry shower base and a safety seat and bar shelves with installation in 2 days or less. Call now for the biggest savings of the year. It's 2024 and you'll save with $2,024 off a new Kohler Luxstone shower. Plus, we've got the financing to make it even more affordable. No payments, no interest for 12 months. Throughout the greater Spokane area, call Pacific Bath at 509-361-6674. That's 509-361-6674.
The new year is here, and that means it's time to move more in 2024 and get those New Year's resolutions started with a great special offer to join everyone's favorite gym, Move Fitness. Join the movement.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
All right, welcome back. The snow has stopped, at least for now. But, Chris, we won't have to wait long for another round of winter weather.
No, it's not going to be as impressive as the record-breaking snow of today, but it is on the way. Right now, we're enjoying a nice break. Here's a live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, where they have been plowing the heck out of that parking lot. It is going to be just perfect if you plan to park there tomorrow. Let's take a look at our radar. We have seen the last of our snow move out of the region, with the exception of just a few snow flurries in the central Panhandle Mountains. Otherwise, we are clearing out around the region, and our temperatures are dropping. We are in the teens in many locations, 11 at Fairchild Air Force Base, and at the airport, we are only 10 degrees in Cheney and Spangle. Overnight lows tonight will be dropping down into the single digits in many locations, and we're also contending with the wind chill. A little bit of a breeze, wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. It's already sub-zero wind chill at the airport in Spokane. Feels like it's 0 at Hayden, and feels like 3 in Deer Park. Certainly not as cold as it was over the weekend, but geez, now we're adding snow to the mixture. Here's a look at some of the temperatures you can expect tomorrow morning. Single digits and low double digits. Meanwhile, we will be dry to start the day. Here's 8 a.m. our forecast radar. I think we're even going to see some sunshine. I just skipped right over that. I want to show you the timing on this snow as it moves in. Here's 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon with light snow in Spokane, not quite into Coeur d'Alene. Doesn't quite take hold until here's 11 o'clock. We get a little bit of a break, and then the more impressive snowfall starts moving in as we get into Friday morning, where we can expect 2 to 3 inches of snow waiting for us. A high tomorrow of 20, 35 is our average high. I'll be back with a few Wildlife Wednesday photos and your 7-day outlook in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, looking forward to that. Late this afternoon, the city of Spokane launched its full city plow, and there has already been a significant improvement, at least on the main roads. Let's send it over to our Peter Choi, who's been tracking road conditions for the last few hours. And Peter, you saw a lot of people having some trouble earlier today.
Yeah, that's right, Derek. We are here at the Stevens and 6th Avenue. Now, I want to show you what we're seeing behind me here. So that's the type of road, that's the type of hill that you want to be super careful about. The roads are still slick, and there's still much cover with the snow right now. And you don't want to be that kind of driver there because, yeah, like I said, the roads are still slick. But based on what we saw this afternoon, today was not certainly the best day to drive around the city. We saw school buses and the public buses stuck in the snow, causing a major traffic jam in the downtown Spokane. Now, the areas that were mostly hit by the snowy weather were hills. Now, many drivers were taking different routes to avoid roads from downtown to South Hill. Now, I talked to a plow driver. Now, he says the roads were a major headache today. Take a listen.
Insanely slick. I've seen several accidents that are, maybe could have been prevented, but I don't know. I think it's definitely weather permitting.
Now, if you still have to drive tonight, roads are still much covered with snow and are very slicked, and the snow crews with the city of Spokane will work through tonight and transition into a full city plow. They will start moving into schools, hospitals, and neighborhood streets, so give them plenty of space for your safety and their safety as well. Now, again, I cannot stress enough how slick the roads are right now, so if you want to drive extra careful and give yourself extra time to get to your destination, and like you saw, don't want to be that driver. I was driving super fast on that kind of hill, so drive slow. Back to you, Derek.
All right, Peter, thank you. I will say it's much better than it was just a few hours ago. Well, as much of the country battles the bitter cold, electric car owners are facing another problem. Their car's performance drops when the temperatures dip.
EV batteries just tend to perform a little less.
Experts say electric car batteries operate on chemical reactions, and when it's cold, those chemical reactions slow down, and that reduces the car's driving range. The second reason has to do with the heat of the car.
A lot of the reason that an EV will lose range in the winter is because it has to work so hard to keep its driver warm.
So what can you do if you're driving an electric vehicle in these frigid temperatures? AAA has some tips. One, preheat your car while it's plugged in. That will save energy. And 2, use seat warmers to help stay warm. They're more efficient and use far less power than your heater. Well, lawmakers in Olympia have passed a bill that could keep repeat property crime offenders behind bars. Property crimes include things like burglary, vehicle theft, and arson. According to the most recent report, there have been a total of 362 reported property crimes so far this year. While that number might seem high, it's actually down 31% from this time last year. Well, the bill says a significantly large portion of property crimes in Washington are committed by habitual offenders. If approved, judges could sentence repeat offenders up to an additional 2 years in jail. Spokane Valley Representative Mike Patton, who sponsored the bill, released a statement saying we have a real crisis in the explosion of property crimes, including auto thefts, catalytic converter thefts, and electric charging equipment. The bill now goes to the House for consideration. Lawyers for the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students are asking the judge to let the public hear some of their arguments. Judge John Judge denied both the defense team's attempts to have charges dismissed back in December. Just before Christmas, Brian Koberger's team asked the judge to reconsider that decision, filing a request under seal. Now they want to let the public hear their reasoning. The case is marked by secrecy and media restrictions due to a strict gag order in place. The United States Supreme Court has declined to hear an appeal to overturn Washington's capital gains tax. That's the 7% tax on profits from the sale of stocks and bonds above $250,000. The Washington State Legislature passed the tax in 2021. It's aimed at ensuring the super rich pay what they owe in taxes. Fewer than 8,200 households would pay the tax, according to the Washington State Budget and Policy Center. In its first year, it brought in nearly $900 million. That funding will largely go towards school construction, child care, and early learning programs. New evidence has been revealed in the case against the accused Gilgo Beach serial killer, charged with murdering 3 women in New York. He's now charged with killing a 4th. Maureen Brainerd Barnes went missing in 2007 while working as an escort. Her body was found near 3 other women. Suspect Rex Heuermann was already charged in their deaths. They were known as the Gilgo 4, as their deaths went unsolved for more than a decade. Prosecutors linked Heuermann to Brainerd Barnes using DNA from her daughter, who was speaking publicly for the first time.
While the loss of my mom has been extremely painful for me, the indictment by the grand jury has brought hope for justice for my mom and my family.
Prosecutors say the investigation is far from over. They've scoured burner phones from Heuermann's home and office that they say he used to contact sex workers as recently as last year. They also looked for information on the deceased victims. Heuermann has pleaded not guilty to all of these charges. His next court date is February 6th. Well, still ahead, researchers estimate 15,000 birds die on the University of Washington's Seattle campus every year. Find out why next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Temperatures outside are expected to drop near 0 from now through the end of the month, and we want you to be prepared. Keep your thermostat set at 70 degrees. Let faucets in your home drip. Cover hose bibs. Keep garage doors closed. Have space heaters on hand. And remember, Bill's Heating and Air will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, should you have issues at all. Happy New Year from your Bill's Heating and Air family.
North Idaho Urology's high-quality, accessible care just got even closer. Expert care is now within reach at the North Idaho Urology Post Falls campus. Our new Post Falls location offers the same advanced technology as our Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint clinics, creating a seamless experience for our patients. Don't wait any longer. Visit our website or call to schedule your appointment today.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections, sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
When Fred's advertises it, we've got it. Fred's warehouses are loaded with inventory. When your fridge stops working, you need a new one, and you need it now. Fred's has them in stock, but box stores never have this much inventory on hand. You can wait weeks for delivery. At Fred's, get your new appliance the next day. Fred's always has the guaranteed lowest price and shows you competitors' prices on our price tags. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
All right, welcome back. For much of the day, we watched traffic come to a standstill because of the snow in our area, but the extreme winter weather wasn't the only thing causing delays for some drivers in Tennessee. Take a look here.
3, go ahead.
Located a horse passing Thrasher right now. He's just going on northbound.
Well, hey, buddy, that horse just walking along the highway, and honestly, the cars probably could have gone around him since the horse stays in his lane for the most part. Eventually, a trailer arrived on the scene to safely take that horse back to its corral.
At least he was in the slow lane. I wonder if he knew.
Right. You don't go in the left unless you're passing. So.
Oh, geez.
All right. Speaking of wildlife, you've got something to show for us.
Oh, yes, I do. It is Wildlife Wednesday. I take a break from talking about the snow to show some critters in the snow. Starting off with this big old bull moose from Shannon Verity down in Tico shared this shot of actually he had 4 buddies with him too, but I wanted to give you the close-up shot so you could see the fabulous expression on his handsome face. Beautiful picture here from Mark Vogt of a darling little chickadee, one of my all-time favorite birds. They have been busy at my bird feeder this week. There's a lot of them around looking for something to eat. And look at those darling little feet on the snow. And from Marty Stowe, gorgeous cow elk, and you'll notice she's not alone. There's another elk there and a deer enjoying some grazing there in the same pasture. Beautiful photos. Thank you so much, and so much snow to have to dig through to find something to eat for a little bit. In Rathdrum, 16 inches of snow. Newport, almost a foot of snow. Loon Lake, 10 inches. Post Falls and Eastport both reporting 9 inches of snow. Kootenai, 8 inches of snow. I measured 6.2 here on the board at 4 News Now, but the official total for Spokane that will go in the books was 5.8. That is a record for the day, 3.4 back in 1953. The previous record, we are running below average for snowfall for the season, which is expected in an El Nino year. We've had plenty of moisture, but it has been falling in the form of rain. Here's a look at our planning forecast. I'll go over this in detail. We have that snow coming in Thursday night into Friday morning, looking like 2 to 3 in Spokane, and then turning over into a wintry mix, which may include freezing rain. We have the potential for some freezing rain lingering through Saturday. And where exactly that freezing rain is going to accumulate and how much is a bit of a moving target right now. But if you do have travel plans Friday night or Saturday, do check ahead with us on the latest forecast about where that freezing rain may be occurring. It's expected to be light, but even a light glaze on already snow-packed and icy roads can really complicate your travel plans. And then we really warm up. We're up to 37 on Sunday with more rain possible. We have at least a chance of rain every day then through the rest of the forecast. With a nice warming trend, we're up close to 40 degrees Monday through Wednesday. Overnight lows right about freezing. So we're we're going to do some freezing and thawing around the region, but a nice break from the deep freeze and then the deep snow, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, a group of University of Washington researchers are trying to reduce the number of deadly bird collisions on the Seattle campus. Researchers estimate about 15,000 birds die each year crashing into UW buildings. She said they're lured to the artificial light through glass, become disoriented, and then crash into walls.
Area that is reflective or transparent. So if they're flying 30 miles per hour, which is really common, they'll be flying towards a tree that looks like any other tree, but it's actually a reflection. And so they, for the most part, can hit head on, and it's an instant death.
To help lower the number of collisions, they're recommending architects and designers incorporate patterned glass or just steer away from that glass altogether. 15,000 though. All right, a Kansas City bakery is paying tribute to Chiefs coach Andy Reid after last weekend's chilly playoff game. It baked up a cake to mimic Reid and his frozen mustache on the sidelines. It was the coldest game in Arrowhead Stadium history as the Chiefs beat the Miami Dolphins in the wild card round of the NFL playoffs on Saturday. McLean's Bakery says its Andy Reid cakes have always been popular, but the response to the frozen mustache cake has been overwhelming.
Cheeseburger flavored, baby?
Yeah, or what's that? He's like creeping for the nuggies?
Yeah.
All right, Gonzaga Women's Hoops will look to extend its 10-game winning streak against LMU tomorrow.
Yeah, the Zags need to keep winning if they want to keep pace in the AP Top 25. The chances that the Bulldogs could host some NCAA tournament games if they keep it up. Next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
They say it's not the destination, but the journey.
Arby's says, nuh-uh. Get 2 of these things for just $7 at Arby's Cheddathon sales event. Arby's, we have the meats.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year. But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever with an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing on January 25th. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
We're not supposed to be out here, which is exactly why we are. With standard all-wheel drive, specially tuned off-road drive mode, designed to bring the outdoors in. The off-road ready Mazda CX-50. We're looking for outsiders.
Right now at Foothills Mazda, get 0% financing for 5 years and 0 down payment with approved credit on the all-wheel drive Mazda CX-50. Shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
Experience the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. Explore better boats, the largest selection of inventory, and the biggest savings, all under one roof, inside the region's largest indoor showroom. Discover the latest models from the industry's best brands, including Cobalt, Malibu, Axis, Barletta, Chris-Craft, Harris, Regal, and Cruisers Yachts, plus our huge display of pre-owned inventory. Mark your calendars and make waves with us at the biggest event of the year, happening February 1st through February 10th. The Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. Better boats, better prices, better event.
Spokane Exercise Equipment is the Inland Northwest premier provider of top-of-the-line exercise and rehabilitation equipment. Once the Spokane Exercise Equipment technicians have finished setting up your new home gym, that's when the workout competition begins. Spokane Exercise Equipment has all you need to achieve your fitness goals. They offer delivery, installation, service, and maintenance for all residential and commercial customers. Visit them in downtown Spokane or go online to see their full line of products.
The best part of the brisket, bacon, beef, and cheddar is definitely one of those things. Arby's, we have the meats.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. The search for the next Seattle Seahawks head coach has begun. The team is set to talk to a few candidates from around the NFL in hopes to find a replacement for Pete Carroll. Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us. And Julian, how soon do you think we can expect them to hire somebody?
Well, if it was up to the Seahawks, they'd probably have somebody in there yesterday, but that help wanted sign is on the door. Now, the Seahawks have requested interviews with 8 different coaching candidates. Some of those interviews started today. Now, all of the candidates involved are coordinators for other teams around around the league. The reported list includes Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, who was a Seahawks defensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl in 2014. Some other names they are looking at are Dolphins offensive coordinator Frank Smith, Carolina Panthers defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero, and LA Rams defensive coordinator Raheem Morris. Now, the list doesn't stop there. The Seahawks have reportedly requested interviews with New York Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, Las Vegas Raiders defensive coordinator Patrick Graham, Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, and Houston Texans offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick. Now, Graham was actually on the New England Patriots staff when they beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl in 2015. Now, the Seahawks search for their next head coach will be a little bit different this time around. General Manager John Schneider will have full control over the hiring process. In the past, that was former head coach Pete Carroll's job. It was a dynamic that led the Seahawks to the playoffs for 10 of their 14 seasons together. The Seahawks are casting a wide net, as you just saw, of offensive and defensive coaches, but Schneider says the focus is finding the right guy.
There's a balance, too, of, okay, if you hire a defensive coach, and he hires a really good offensive coordinator, and then that offensive coordinator is going to leave the next year, then what kind of consistency are you going to have with the quarterbacks? And if you hire a great offensive coordinator or a guy that's going to be a good play caller, where's the strength as the defensive coordinator? And, what kind of consistency and philosophy, strategy is that guy going to have? And how long is he going to be able to stick around, too?
Well, Schneider says there is no timetable on a decision. Now, the disrespect is real for Gonzaga women's basketball. The Bulldogs dropped a spot to number 17 in the AP rankings despite winning 10 straight. GU will look to plead its case to climb the rankings once again when they take on Loyola Marymount on the road tomorrow. The Zags need to earn a top 4 seed if they want to host the first few rounds of the NCAA tournament in Spokane. The Bulldogs are doing their best not to get complacent right now, especially as they get deeper into conference play.
We know all the strengths of the other teams, but they kind of come to their own conclusions, and then that becomes more challenging. And so for us, I think when you have veterans, that's part of it. They know that at any point, any team, if you don't show up, any team can beat you.
And tip-off against LMU is at 7 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the after Christmas year-end clearance this week at Snell's Auto, where you can save 24% off lift kits, tonneau truck covers, and remote car starts with bigger than ever markdowns on all stereo gear. Snell's Auto.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
Hi, I'm Todd, president of Pacific Bath. It's a new year, and what better time to update your shower space with a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower, installed in just 2 days or less. Jason?
Thanks, Todd. January is also National Bath Safety Month. Our Kohler Luxstone showers provide a safe bathing experience with easy accessibility and slip-resistant surfaces. Plus, Kohler's innovative recessed shower locker provides storage space in the wall. Kohler is a global leader with 150 years of designing American-engineered custom bathing solutions. Time is running out to call for the biggest savings of the year. Kick off 2024 with $2,024 off a new Kohler Luxstone shower. And last chance to call during this program for no payments and no interest for 12 months. Throughout the greater Spokane area, call Pacific Bath at 509-361-6674. That's 509-361-6674.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 NMAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Wizard of Oz.
Well, we've got a little more snow coming tomorrow night into Friday, and then it's more of a mix before it turns all to rain. I don't see any sun.